ISIS claiming responsibility for that suicide bombing in Manchester, England last night. It killed at least 22 people and injured 59 others.
Manchester police believe the attacker died in the explosion, suicide bomber. They've also arrested another guy in conjunction with the investigation, and they also say he may have been part of a larger network. Hundreds of security personnel have been deployed across the UK as the country tries to come to terms with this tragedy. Britain's threat level has now been raised to critical, meaning an attack may be imminent.
Now, survivors of this suicide bombing say security screening ahead of the Ariana Grande concert was haphazard. They say really there was almost no security screening just ahead of that event. Still unclear how the bomber was able to enter that foyer of the arena undetected. The blast happened right after Grande left the stage and the arena lights went back up.
Well, the terrorist attack in Manchester has really far-reaching effects, and even event venues that host concerts here in Southwest Florida are taking another look, at least, at their security measures.
For In Your Corner's Carl Fortier live at Germain Arena tonight in Estero. He's talking to a security expert and venue managers about the challenges of keeping you safe when you go to concerts and events like this. Carl?
Well, one venue manager tells me that tragedies like the one in Manchester just kind of underscore how important security is for events that draw a lot of people like those here at Germain Arena. One security expert tells me that the outside of these venues are often the most vulnerable to attack. Private investigator Walt Zalisco is a season ticket holder for the Everblaze at Germain Arena, and he says security inside the arena is pretty tight.
Every time I go through the doors, you have the ushers, one collecting the tickets, the other one checking bags.
But he says security around the exterior of the arena during events is something else.
This is the biggest challenge for any security outfit or any arena, is to protect somebody in the outside parking lots.
The suspected terrorist who killed more than 20 people and injured dozens of others at the Ariana Grande concert found the same vulnerability when he blew himself up near the arena doors as people were leaving. The general manager of the Barbara B. Mann Performing Arts Hall says the attack was a wake-up call.
When an event like this happens, that's one of the important things to have the discussion with the staff and the security. Okay, now we need to think about outside as well.
Saxon says after the terror attack in Paris, France in November of 2015, which killed 130 people, security at Barbara B. Mann began performing bag checks. He says officers do patrol the outside of his venue pretty well during shows.
We also have an officer that completely roams the perimeter all night.
Zalisco says venues should be keeping a closer eye on their outside areas electronically too. Another
good idea is having closed circuit cameras, having somebody watching the parking lots with the closed circuit TVs.
Now, I also heard back from a spokesperson at Artis Naples who say their team constantly evaluates their security measures at their performance halls. I also reached out to FGCU about security at Alico Arena. I'm still waiting to hear back. Live in Estero, Carl Fortier, Fox 4, In Your Corner.